Hello, people of the internet. In response to Dan is Not on Fire's video about public transport, boy oh boy do I have some stories to tell you about public transport. I'm from Australia, I live in Melbourne, and we have plastic cards too, they're called Mikeys. And what you have to do is, you have to touch on and touch off, because if you don't touch off, on a bus, it charges you extra money, and you can't get out of the station or into the station without, tapping your card. But it's plastic from hell. We have cardboard cards, but they're making them redundant next year. So basically everyone's gonna have to get one of these babies. And it's the worst thing ever because no matter how many times you've done it before, or how you approach it, or how much you pray to the gods of public transport, it won't tap on the first time. Never. Well, that's an exaggeration. It happens sometimes, but most of the time, it won't work the first try. And because I get really nervous, because I don't want to hold people up and be an inconvenience, and for people to be insolent child, use your card properly. But I always do it wrong. I don't know what you have to do to open the magic portal, but apparently I do it wrong. So I, tap on, and I get it wrong 10 times. There's just people waiting behind me, tapping their feet impatiently, and I always feel really bad, and because I feel so bad, that makes me more nervous, and I get it wrong. It's just this downward spiral of misery that I go through when I have to get on a bus or go on a train. And what happened to me the other week was I was catching on the bus with one of my friends, and she got off before me. I was the last person to get off, and it was peak hour, prime time, bus time, I don't know. And it was that busy time of day, and we're at a train station, and this whole bunch of people were getting on the bus. So there was this massive wall of people marching past me to the back of the bus to find seats. And because I'm really short, the bus driver probably couldn't see me anymore. My Mikey was being particularly difficult that day, and it wasn't touching off, so I couldn't get off the bus yet. I didn't want to be charged extra. And so he closed the bus doors in my face. And just as this happens, my Mikey tapped off. So I was stuck on the bus with glass and a wall of people, and my friend on the other side, on the footpath, just pissing herself laughing at me. And so I put my arm up and I was like, "Mr. Bus Driver, please let me off the bus, please." And he didn't see me because I'm short, and he didn't hear me because of the people, and it was noisy, so I effectively had to fight my way off of the bus. And this sort of unspoken bus rule, there's a door in the middle of the bus and one at the front of the bus. And you get on at the front and off at the back, because it just makes it easy. And there's always that one annoying person that has to get off at the front, especially when there's a line of people, trying to get on the bus, and they just have to push past, and everyone hates that guy. So that day I was that guy. But there was no other way I could get off the bus, and I didn't want to miss my stop. And, there was a lady with a pram, and I think there was a lady with a walking stick, and it wasn't good. And because I'm really small, people often don't see me on public transport. If I'm on a crowded train, people will back into me a lot, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey guys, my massive group of friends, there's lots of space over here in this corner, there's no one standing here," because I haven't looked properly, and there'll be a bunch of people just walking into me all of the time, and I'll get squished. I'm pretty sure I've almost been spat on. It's not great. And the other, a couple weeks ago, I was about to get on the bus, I was at the back of the line to get on the bus, and everyone was waiting and civil, and, I had my hand on the handle of the door, and my foot on the bus, and I was just about to step off, and a fully grown man literally pushed me out of the way to get on the bus before me. And I don't know what the purpose in doing this was. The bus wasn't full, you could see that through the windows. I don't know if he thought, for whatever reason, that the bus driver would just not let him on the bus. If he saw him just waiting there by himself, just shut the doors and walk off. It's not like him getting on the bus before me would make the bus leave any faster. I still had to get on the bus. And it just baffled me a bit as to why someone would do that. Especially a fully grown man. Like, you don't even have the excuse that you don't know any better yet. You are an adult. You should know these things. You look like you were like 40. Like, why? So that's some stories about public transport. Also, I've done the whole get off at the wrong, like, a stop or too early, a couple times. Like, it's been at least 3 times, and I think the 3rd time I had to walk a fair distance to get to my final destination, and I also got lost and had to call one of my friends and get them to rescue me. So, you're not the only one. And I'm also terrified of, like, when you step onto the train, I don't like the gap in between the platform and the train. Like, especially if I'm holding my phone, I feel like that's the moment that I'm going to drop my phone, if ever I do, which I do quite often. So, I feel like I'm going to drop my train or my phone or my iPod or something valuable like my wallet down the gap and just have to leave it there because I'm on the train and I can't get back off, and it's not like I can get it easily without being hit. So yeah, they're my problems with public transport. I hope that was interesting and I don't just think I'm funny, which is probably the case. So if anyone made it to the end of this video, I congratulate you, and you get a gold star for that. You get like 2 gold stars. But yeah, that's it, and I'm done. So, bye!